The Audacity of Entrepreneurship, embracing risk, chasing dreams, and changing the world. Welcome to the BlackCEO Podcast, where we dive deep into the minds of extraordinary entrepreneurs who are reshaping our world. Today, we're in for a treat that's going to flip your perspective on its head and maybe, just maybe, change the course of your life. We're exploring a story that's equal parts inspiration, perspiration, and a dash of what some might call insanity. But I prefer to call it audacious brilliance. Our guest today is none other than KayCee Coven, the founder of MyHerba and a woman who's redefining what it means to take risks and chase dreams. KayCee isn't just an entrepreneur, she's a force of nature, a beacon of hope, and living proof that sometimes the craziest thing you can do is play it safe. Now, buckle up, folks, because we're about to embark on a journey that'll make your average roller coaster look like a kiddie ride. KayCee's story isn't just inspiring, it's a wake-up call, a cosmic kick in the pants, and a challenge to every single one of us to live life like we mean it. Imagine this. You're sitting in a sterile doctor's office, the smell of disinfectant hanging in the air, your heart pounding like a jackhammer. The doctor walks in, face grave, and utters those words we all dread. We found something concerning. In that moment, your world doesn't just stop. It shatters into a million pieces. This is exactly where KayCee found herself. But here's where things take a turn for the bizarre. That mammogram. It was a false positive. Now, most of us would breathe a sigh of relief, maybe treat ourselves to an extra slice of cake and go back to our lives. But KayCee, oh no. KayCee looked at this second chance at life and said, hold my green smoothie, I'm about to do something crazy. You see, that false positive wasn't just a medical mix-up. It was a cosmic wake-up call. It was the universe screaming, hey, you've been hitting the snooze button on your dreams for far too long. And let me tell you, KayCee didn't just wake up. She catapulted out of bed, did a triple somersault, and sprinted towards her dreams like she was being chased by a horde of zombies with a taste for mediocrity. Now, I know what some of you are thinking, but wait, isn't entrepreneurship risky? Isn't it safer to stick with a steady job? Well, let me ask you this. Is it really safe to spend your life building someone else's dream instead of your own? Is it secure to let your passions wither away while you clock in and out of a job that makes you feel about as alive as a potted plant? KayCee's answer to these questions was a resounding hell no, with the side of, are you kidding me? She realized that true security doesn't come from playing it safe. It comes from building something of your own, something you believe in with every fiber of your being, and that's exactly what she did with MyHerba. Now, don't get me wrong. KayCee's journey wasn't all unicorns and rainbows. Starting a business is about as easy as trying to teach a cat to do your taxes while riding a unicycle, blindfolded, in a hurricane. But here's the kicker. KayCee understood that the greatest risk in life isn't failure. It's regret. It's getting to the end of your life and realizing you never really lived. So she took calculated risk. She did her research. She planned. She prepared. But most importantly, she took action. Because here's a little secret about entrepreneurship that KayCee discovered. You don't have to have it all figured out to start. You just have to start. And start she did. MyHerba wasn't just a business for KayCee. It was a mission, a way to connect with people to share products she genuinely believed in to make a positive impact on people's lives. And let me tell you, there's nothing quite like the feeling of knowing that your work is making a difference. It's like a shot of espresso for your soul, minus the jitters and the inevitable crash. But here's where KayCee's story gets really interesting. Remember how I said earlier that to be an entrepreneur, you have to be a little crazy? Well, KayCee took that advice and ran with it. She didn't just embrace the craziness. She put a ring on it, said, I do, and rode off into the sunset on a unicycle while juggling flaming torches and reciting Shakespeare, backwards, in Klingon. You see, KayCee realized something profound. In a world that's constantly telling us to play it safe, to color inside the lines, to follow the rules, being a little crazy is actually the sanest thing you can do. Because here's the truth. The people who change the world, who leave their mark, who create something truly meaningful, they're not the ones who play it safe. They're the ones who are crazy enough to think they can change the world. Now, I can almost hear some of you thinking, but I'm not crazy. I'm not cut out for this entrepreneurship thing. And to that I say hogwash, balderdash, poppycock, and yes, I've been waiting all day to use those words. Here's the thing. We're all a little crazy. We all have that voice inside us that whispers of dreams and possibilities. The only difference is some people listen to that voice while others try to drown it out with the white noise of societal expectations and the latest cat videos on TikTok. KayCee's story teaches us that it's time to turn up the volume on that crazy dreaming voice. It's time to look at our lives and ask, am I working on my dream or am I helping build someone else's? Because let me tell you something, the sky isn't the limit. Oh no, that's just base camp. The real limit is your imagination, your willingness to take risks, your courage to be a little bit crazy. Now I know what some of you are thinking, but what if I fail? What if it doesn't work out? Well, let me let you in on a little secret. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's a stepping stone to success. Every failure is just a lesson in disguise, a redirect to a better path, a plot twist in your success story. KayCee's journey with MyHerba wasn't always smooth sailing. There were setbacks, challenges, moments of doubt, times when she felt like she was trying to climb Mount Everest in flip-flops. But you know what? She kept going because she understood that the only real failure is giving up on your dreams. And here's the beautiful thing about pursuing your passion, about building something you truly believe in. It's not just about the destination. It's about who you become on the journey. KayCee didn't just build a successful business. She built herself. She discovered strengths she never knew she had, developed skills she never thought she'd need, and found a resilience that can only come from chasing your dreams against all odds. But perhaps the most powerful lesson from KayCee's story is this. When you have the courage to pursue your dreams, to be a little bit crazy, you give others permission to do the same. You become a beacon of possibility, a living, breathing example of what can happen when you dare to color outside the lines. Think about it. How many people do you know who are stuck in jobs they hate, living lives that don't fulfill them, all because they're too afraid to take a risk? How many brilliant ideas, how many world-changing businesses, how many life-altering products are lying dormant because someone was too afraid to be a little crazy? KayCee's story challenges us to be that catalyst, to be the one who says, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to take that leap. Because when you do, you never know who you might inspire. You never know whose life you might change. And that's the real power of entrepreneurship. It's not just about making money or being your own boss. It's about creating value. It's about solving problems. It's about making the world a little bit better, one crazy idea at a time. But let's get real for a moment. Starting a business isn't all glamour and glory. It's not about posting inspirational quotes on Instagram and calling yourself a girl boss. It's about rolling up your sleeves and doing the work. It's about facing your fears head on and saying, not today, Satan. KayCee's journey with MyHerba is a testament to this. There were days when she felt like she was trying to push a boulder uphill while wearing roller skates. Days when she questioned every decision, when the doubt crept in like an unwelcome house guest who overstays their welcome and eats all your snacks. But here's the thing. Those tough days, those moments of doubt, they're not signs that you're on the wrong path. They're signs that you're growing, that you're pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone. They're the resistance that builds your entrepreneurial muscles. KayCee learned to embrace these challenges. She saw them not as obstacles, but as opportunities. Opportunities to learn, to grow, to become the kind of leader who could guide MyHerba to success. And let me tell you, the results speak for themselves. MyHerba isn't just a business. It's a movement. It's a community of people who believe in the power of natural wellness, who are taking control of their health and their lives. It's a testament to what can happen when you dare to dream big and have the audacity to turn those dreams into reality. But KayCee's impact goes far beyond MyHerba. She's become a mentor, a guide, a beacon of hope for aspiring entrepreneurs everywhere. She's living proof that you don't need a fancy degree or a trust fund to start a successful business. All you need is passion, determination, and a willingness to be a little bit crazy. Now, I can see some of you shifting uncomfortably in your seats. I can hear the little voice in your head saying, but I'm not like KayCee. I don't have a brilliant idea. I don't have the skills. I don't have the resources. To that, I say balderdash. Yes, I'm using that word again. Deal with it. You see, the biggest lie we tell ourselves is that we're not ready, that we need more time, more money, more skills, more something. But here's the truth. You'll never feel 100% ready. There will always be more to learn, more to do, more to prepare. The secret is to start before you're ready, to take that leap of faith, to embrace the uncertainty and say, I don't know how this is going to turn out, but I'm going to give it everything I've got. That's what KayCee did. She didn't wait for the perfect moment. She made the moment perfect by taking action. She didn't let fear hold her back. She used it as fuel to propel her forward. And here's the thing, you can do it too. Yes, you, the one sitting there thinking, this doesn't apply to me. It does. It applies to all of us because we all have dreams. We all have that little spark of crazy inside us. The question is, are we brave enough to let it ignite? So here's my challenge to you. Take a page out of KayCee's book. Look at your life. Look at your dreams. And ask yourself, what would I do if I weren't afraid? What would I create if I knew I couldn't fail? What kind of impact could I make if I were willing to be a little bit crazy? Then here's the kicker. Don't just think about it. Do something about it. Take one small step today towards that dream. Research that business idea. Write that book outline. Have that conversation. Because here's the truth. The journey of 1,000 miles doesn't begin with a single step. It begins with the courage to take that step. Remember, the world doesn't need more people who play it safe. The world needs more crazy dreamers, more risk takers, more people who are willing to color outside the lines. The world needs more KCs. So are you ready to embrace your inner crazy? Are you ready to turn up the volume on your dreams? Are you ready to stop working on someone else's dream and start building your own? Because let me tell you something, that crazy idea you have, that dream you've been putting off, that risk you've been afraid to take, it could be the very thing that changes your life. And not just your life, but the lives of countless others. KayCee's journey from a health scare to a thriving business isn't just a success story. It's a call to action. It's a reminder that life is too short to play it safe. It's an invitation to be a little bit crazy, to take calculated risks, to pursue your passions with everything you got. So, as we wrap up this episode of the BlackCEO Podcast, I want to leave you with this thought. What's your MyHerba? What's that crazy dream that you've been too afraid to pursue? What's that idea that keeps you up at night, that makes your heart race with excitement and fear in equal measure? Whatever it is, it's time to give it life. It's time to be a little bit crazy, because who knows, your crazy might just be exactly what the world needs right now. The world is waiting for your unique contribution. It's waiting for your crazy ideas, your audacious dreams, your relentless passion. Don't keep it waiting any longer. Remember, in the grand scheme of things, we're all just tiny specks on a pale blue dot floating in the vastness of space. So why not make our time here count? Why not leave a mark? Why not create something meaningful? You have the power to change lives, to solve problems, to make the world a better place. And it all starts with having the courage to be a little bit crazy. So go forth and be crazy. Be audacious. Be relentless in the pursuit of your dreams. Because in the end, it's not about how much money you make or how successful your business becomes. It's about the lives you touch, the impact you make, and the legacy you leave behind. And who knows, maybe one day we'll be telling your story on this podcast. Maybe you'll be the one inspiring others to take that leap, to embrace their inner crazy, to chase their dreams with reckless abandon. The future is unwritten, and you hold the pen. So, what story will you write? What mark will you leave on the world? What crazy, audacious, world-changing idea will you bring to life? The stage is yours. The spotlight is on you. The world is waiting. So what are you waiting for? It's time to embrace your inner crazy, to take that leap, to start that business, to chase that dream. It's time to be the hero of your own story. Remember, in the words of the great Steve Jobs, stay hungry, stay foolish. And I'll add to that, stay a little bit crazy, because it's the crazy ones who change the world. Now go out there and make some magic happen. The world is waiting for your unique brand of crazy. Don't keep it waiting any longer. Thank you for tuning in to the BlackCEO Podcast. Until next time, this is your host signing off. Go forth and be audacious.